Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hazel Mia Podcast. We're a little bit early today, but that's great because there is just issues going on all over the world. I know that Hazel is having some internet problems, and we're having a heat wave here in Germany. So that might be also some of the problems you're having.
It is. It is. Definitely. It is. And that's the issue.
I'm sorry?
The world can't cope. Well, places like us can't cope because we're not used to it.
Exactly. Not only I'm not used to it here in Germany, but I didn't like it in the States either. Maybe I'm just at that age where I prefer a nice, cool evening, sitting outside without bugs.
Do you know what? I'm sat here and the sweat is just rolling off me. It's horrible.
Well, I do have a fan on near me, so
Can't cope. Can't cope. So, guys, if you think you're melting, go and shove your head in the fridge or the freezer for 10 minutes.
you know, the thing is that maybe the weather is affecting a lot of people. I mean, okay, just the situations going on around the world are making life difficult for everyone.
And we've got the energies of the new moon as well. So that's not going to help.
Okay. But I got an interesting question, and I thought, this is a good topic for us to talk about. A mom wrote that her son was having a very difficult time because he had just ended a very long relationship. And he was going through depression and everything like that. And as a mom, as a parent, you absolutely hate seeing your child heartbroken.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she wanted to know, what could she do to help her child do this?
A really good question. The main thing you have to do is not, and I know it's hard, I do it to my boys, don't dictate what they should do. Support through this period, because he needs to grieve for the person who you've loved for so long.
Mm-hmm.
As hard as it is, and I know I've been there, you want to cause damage to the person that's hurt your baby, but don't go doing it. Just sit back and listen to him, because as long as he's offloading, that's helping him. The other thing I would, sorry Mia, I'm taking over you.
Go right ahead. You're doing great.
The other thing I would suggest is don't call judgment on her, even though you want to. Don't do it, because if they happen to start getting talking again, that puts you in an awkward position. The difficult thing is for yourself, he's depressed, but don't confuse his depression for grieving, because they're two totally different things. At the same time, what I'd say is sit down. It's happening in life, as harsh as it is.
Yes.
Because that's where he's still a young man, and he's got to find this process of dealing with this himself. Support him, but let him make his own decisions on how he wants to move forward.
Excellent, Hazel. That was everything I was going to say. I mean, you're absolutely right. As parents, we want to put a band-aid on everything. We want to tell them that everything is going to be okay. And the hardest part about it is that we have to let them move in their own time.
Yeah.
Nobody moves at the same rate. And the worst thing you can ever possibly do is say, hey, it's time to get past it, move on. You've got to, start doing more things. The best thing you can absolutely do is to let them guide the conversation, what they want to talk about, when they want to talk about it.
Yeah. Don't push him to get rid of our stuff. Don't push him to do anything he don't want to do. This is about him growing up, basically, and finding his path on how he will deal with this situation. We could say, just go and get a tub of ice cream and watch a chick flick. That's not going to help.
No.
That's not going to help. And more so for men, and I don't mean this derogatory to any men that are watching, men don't talk because they feel they can't be listened to.
And go ahead.
I can't stress that enough, because men's mental health is one of the most talked about subjects at the moment.
Absolutely. We have to recognize that we are still in that period where life completely changed after COVID. Yeah. Everything went dark.
Yeah.
We stopped learning how to have relationships, build relationships, talk about things. We were closed off. And the worst thing that could possibly have ever happened to us is that social media grew.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is such a deterrent to helping men and women deal with their mental health issues. You think about it, on social media, everything that you've ever done in a relationship comes back in reminders.
Yeah.
You get those 1-year reminders, 5-year reminders, where you're so happy and they just pop up on your phone and you can't remove them. Yeah. And then you also have that chance of seeing them move on and being happy someplace else.
And the one thing I will say, if he says he's ready to start dating again, don't tell him it's too soon, because that could be part of his coping mechanism.
They will know if they've jumped in too soon or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the best thing that you can do is their mom is to say, okay, it's all good. If you feel that you're ready for this, I'm here. My door is always open.
But the one thing I will say is, when he says he's ready to start dating again, just reassure him that the dating scene have changed if he has been in a relationship with somebody for a long time. Because the dating scene at the moment, you need to know the red flags.
Absolutely. Because it's no longer sitting across from someone and watching their mannerisms and maybe reading their body language, and you can kind of get that opinion whether or not they're telling you the truth about themselves or not. It's more swiping left and swiping right and looking at their interests.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody, if you really think about it, people who want to meet somebody on applications like that are going to study the people that they are interested in getting to meet. And so they're going to put in their profile things that are similar to what they have.
And you got to become a good detective. because the photo that they use, now this is something I advise all my female clients. The photo that they use on their profile, Google reverse it, because that will bring up if the person is married, it'll bring up all their social media. And that might seem stalking, but it's about you making sure that this person is real at the same time. Because there's so many profiles out there of stolen pictures, pictures of generals and army personnel that are not real. So it's about safeguarding yourself as well.
Not only that, but literally because of COVID, people studied images that they saw in movies and on social media. And they tried to mimic themselves after those people because maybe they were good influencers. Those images are not real people.
Yeah.
They're literally just copied images of something, maybe a movie star you saw on TV, and you thought, oh, wow, those are great characteristics. I'd like to be like that. But that's not who you are.
No.
And these situations that have come out recently in the news are very detrimental to people because, first of all, young people don't know who they are yet. They don't know everything that they like yet.
I've had a crazy one this week. Since I've been going live, because guys, I do a live stream in the evening. It's chaotic. Pop in, see how I work. You know how to contact me. I've had Mr. Musk contact me this week. Mr. Musk himself.
Oh, nice.
And asked me if I want to work with him. I politely told him to go forth and multiply because I knew he wasn't the real person. But that's how clever these people are. And that's what you need to think about. If I wasn't so savvy, should we say, somebody else could have fallen for that. Because there's so many vulnerable people on the internet as well.
Well, that's absolutely it. Frequently, I get messages and I can always tell, not only can I tell if this is a bot or someone trying to scam us. And so I immediately delete the message. If someone is real and they want to contact us, they're going to put the real information in their message.
Yeah.
And I will always, and Hazel will always respond back to a real message.
And that's the thing, guys. What you've got to remember is we know, I'm going to say the tricks of the trade. They're not things that we've ever done, but they're what we've come across. Like, soon as I started doing live stream, I had so many other fake mediums come in my room and add the people that were in my room. All those people received dodgy messages. The first thing I done the following day was send that person a message and politely told them to stick their messages where the sun don't shine, because we are not stupid, so don't do it. But when somebody needs a reading and they're offered a reading cheap, people will dive on that and they're not real. So please, please think about messages in all aspects and ways.
You know, we're here to help people. And we really have your best interest at heart. It doesn't suit us to contact you in any way, to say you get a free reading or anything like that. We need to know that you want our help. And going back to the previous question that was asked of us, literally, that's the thing that you can encourage in your loved one. If you see that they are having difficulty sleeping at night, really a deep depression, some of the things that you want to encourage is for them to speak to someone, not to make it a stigmatism that there's something wrong with them or anything like that, because literally everybody needs someone to just listen at times.
Yeah. And it's about as well, and this may sound strange to so many people, they come to us with a negative mindset, but we can turn that negative into a positive.
They're dealing with a lot of trust issues. They're feeling constantly on guard.
Yeah.
And they self-blame. They take on shame, anxiety, and often they can also have this fear of being manipulated again.
Yeah. And that's natural as well when you've had a real bad breakup.
And you have to think about if you have ever had a bad breakup in your lifetime, how you handled it, what helped you move forward were just the places and the people you chose to bring around you. And remember that there is no length of time that is set for anyone to move on, to get over it. Let them take their time. It's going to be beneficial in the end. Here's the thing that we all have to recognize is that we all have a purpose. And I want to believe that everyone has someone out there special for them. And maybe this relationship that ended was so that another door could open to help your son or your daughter grow into the people they're supposed to be.
I'm going to say something now. Some people might not agree with me. The universe brings us what we need in life. As one door closes, another one opens. I know people will say, oh, well, that's not the case. Think about it. If your toxic situation ends, you're in a better place straight away. That door on that toxic person have closed. If your relationship was falling apart, it wasn't meant to be. Right. And that's the thing about the universe. The universe will bring you what they know you can deal with and what you deserve better in life.
Absolutely. If you think back to your younger days, you will recognize that everything that you went through made you stronger.
Yes.
And it changed how you spoke with people, how you interacted with people, so that you could grow and find out what things you enjoyed and what you didn't enjoy.
One thing I want to point out is men are a lot more sensitive than they make out. Yes. They don't talk about things because it's not a manly thing. Just sit there, have a chat. You don't have to ask questions. Just, if you sit on a bench and somebody sat by the side of you, just say, how have your day been? What have you got planned? They can see that you're not there for any ulterior motives. It's the same with me and Mia. When someone comes to us, we'll say, good morning and welcome, or good afternoon and welcome. You ask for their name, their date of birth, because we have a legal obligation to make sure they're over 18. Mm-hmm. And then we just say, well, what's going on with them? We're professional, but at the same time, it's about letting them see that we've had crap days. Somebody even said to me in the past, you're a psychic medium, you work with cards, you don't have a bad day. Jesus, I've got kids and animals. Of course I have a bad day.
Doesn't mean that we're not human.
You know, the same as me. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And that's the thing, guys. We never know what's going on in somebody's mind.
Absolutely.
And that's important.
And one other thing that you can do is model for them a respectful relationship, what mutual respect is. Shared responsibility, emotional accountability, consistent behavior, and setting healthy boundaries so that they
one thing I need to stress, and I've done it myself, and I'll hold my hands up, and it was the complete wrong thing to do. Say they've spoken to their friend, don't go badgering the friend to see what's been said, because that's a private conversation between them.
Right.
And that's important.
I agree with you. You let them have their conversations with whom they choose to have their conversations, and don't cross any lines for them, because they're already experiencing a lack of trust. You don't want to be the one that they feel that they can't trust.
And if the friend is worried, the friend will come to you and say, look, I'm really worried about ABC. Should we put a plan of action to know that what we're both doing to make sure they're okay?
And some things for you to watch out for, the signs that maybe there is a need for you to seek professional help for them, is when they withdraw from family and friends. And if you can tell that there's persistent depression or hopelessness, a very good sign is increased alcohol or substance use. And there's significant changes in sleep or appetite. If they're always tired, even if they just slept 12 hours straight, they wake up and are expressing that they're just tired still. Of course, something that you really want to pay attention to is if they're expressing self-harm or thoughts of hurting themselves. Those are signs that, hey, you might need to find a safe person for them to talk with professionally.
And there's groups out there, guys. Over here in the UK, we have something called Andy's Men's Club. This club, they meet 3 times a week. They range from the age of 15 upwards. They've all had their own issues, but they've supported each other so much. They do things within the community. They teach each other how to use tools. And sometimes those environments are better for the person involved because they can offload knowing that everybody have been through similar things.
You know, I think the worst part in a breakup is if it was an abusive relationship, because that causes the most damage to someone emotionally.
Yes.
And when that has occurred, you have to recognize that a lot of control was exerted in that relationship in order for abuse to take hold. And so it's really going to call for a lot of empathy in the situation.
Because men are not believed. That's the one thing we need to think of. Men are not believed. Men don't report it because men should man up, as they're told. But that's not the case. Because a man that's going through that takes a hell of a lot for him not to strike back the person who's doing it.
Exactly.
And that's the thing that's so hurtful. They are afraid to speak up because they don't want to be called a wimp. because they don't want to be told that they should have done it. It takes a bigger man to walk away from a situation than to stand there and fight. And I think us as a nation need to take that into account.
Absolutely. Not just half of the nation. I think we're about at 80% of the world, the global environment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming out in every which way. It's not just men, it's women as well who are trying to make themselves feel stronger by controlling someone else.
Yeah.
Controlling a situation.
Yeah.
And that doesn't actually work too well for anyone.
No.
You are two individuals coming into a relationship and respecting the individual part in the relationship. If that's not there, this is not the good foundation for a relationship.
Yeah. I always think that before you have full commitment with any person, you should at least go to 2 marriage counselling sessions to make sure that you're both on the same page. Because it's about the person knowing that when you've signed that piece of paper, nothing's going to change. Because that's when a lot of the changes tend to happen.
Well, that, and also, as we can see in the world today, things are coming at us left and right. And we are changing constantly in order to deal with those things. So you may very well be in a situation where the relationship is working out really well, but 5 years down the road, you've both changed and grown in different directions.
Yeah. And
that
I
happens.
Often say to people, once you've been married for so long, things become a habit because you're used to each other. Don't let that habit overtake the relationship. Do things spontaneous. Do things that are going to surprise each other. And that's a big thing to keep the marriage alive. Don't do what me.
That's what they call
home with a dog.
Oh, what did you say?
I said, don't be like Mia and come home from shopping with a dog.
I think that that's one way to keep the flame burning.
Yeah.
And when you start to see the flame starting to go out, it's an opportunity for you to put some more sparks on that fire. It can
definitely
it can be difficult in times. And that's why I keep going back to the events that are going on in the world today, because there are a lot of things that are causing, you don't know who to trust.
No.
You're getting information from the left and the right. And the truth usually is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
If you have a strong foundation in your relationship, you will be able to come back together to bring these things.
Yeah.
To build, to kind of fix the cracks.
Yeah. Because a fire can't burn if you don't put coal on it. And that's what a marriage is. When you've signed that piece of paper, when you've been in a relationship for a long time, you two become one unit. See that unit as a fireplace. And for that unit to work, it needs to be fed coal.
Absolutely. And I love that. I hope that we have given you some good ideas on how to help your child, your adult child, through this. But as I always tell my children, I don't care if you're 99 years old, you're always going to be my baby.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I am going to worry about your life until the day I'm looking down on you and watching you and still worrying about what's going on in your life. That's what love is.
And that's our obligation as parents as well.
It is. So if you have any more questions like this, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here, I won't say 24/7, but almost 24/7.
Yeah.
And
we do sleep.
We do sleep, yes. But we will get back to you.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, without a doubt.
And if you would take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel, we'd really appreciate it. Please feel free to comment. We want your feedback. It's been a pleasure to be here today. And Hazel?
I'm now going to go and melt because I'm wasting away.
I'm going to go and sit in front of the fan and put some ice cubes in my cold drink already. Because they've melted.
Oh,
that is terrible.
We just don't know how to cope with this weather.
Even if you just want to reach out to us to say, hey, my air conditioning is out and I am also melting with Hazel. We want to hear it.
Guys, in the UK, we don't have such thing as air conditioning. We have these stupid little things that go, no, and supposed to blow out cold air, and they don't.
I hate to say it, but that's what we have here as well. In the wintertime, I used to think, what is going on? Because everybody had their windows open, and I was like, don't they know it's cold outside? And now I'm like, oh my God, why don't the houses have air conditioning?
See.
So, and I can't even become a snowbird and go to a colder place because everything, the weather temperatures are changing all over the world. I don't have no clue as to where I could go.
Yeah.
Except for Alaska.
We should talk about next week.
What is that?
Global warming.
Global warming. Okay. So if you all want to get in on that conversation about global warming, please send us a message. Let us know what you're dealing with in your part of the world. We'd love to hear from you.
How over the last 10 years, the weather have changed with you. So, because that'll be interesting as well.
Okay. All right. So we look forward to hearing from you, and everyone have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
See you all soon. Bye.